What's up, YouTube? It's that time again. Gotta change the oil in the good old truck. I'm gonna use Mobil 1 Extended Performance, you know, the good stuff. No, I'm just kidding. It's all basically the same. If it's full synthetic, it's full synthetic. But I'm just gonna give a little rundown on changing the oil. First things first, this is pretty obvious. But I mean, since my truck is stock height with leveling kit, I mean, there's plenty of room down here. So there's no need for me to jack it up. To even get the oil filter or the plug. So skip that step if you're good. If you have a lower truck, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Now, what you're gonna do, it's coming here. It's a little harder because I thought my brother would be here to help film this, but you know, it is what it is. But these things, like, you don't have to have it, you just have like a bucket or something. But this really helps a lot. When you put it down, you see the plug up there. Put it down to where, you know, all the oil that's going to drip out is not going to exceed the area of where the tank is going to be, so you don't get any oil on the concrete, because that stuff is very hard to get out. Alright, this is way harder than I thought it would be, because I just have one hand to work with right now. So I'll kind of tell y'all what to do. And you know, I mean, this is like the most simple thing you can do on a car and truck for maintenance. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. But I just got a 15mm socket with the ratchet. And I'm just going to basically unloose the plug. And if your engine is hot like mine, I would strongly recommend you be very careful, because that oil will burn you and it's going to be really hot. But it's also going to flow way faster. So it's up to you. If you want to wait for it to cool down, you can. If you don't, oh well, just got to be careful. I just used a rag just so it had some barrier between the oil, so I didn't really burn myself too bad. Man, it worked. I mean, I didn't feel anything. Yeah, the oil looks pretty dark. It's kind of expected because, I mean, I do kind of floor it a lot, but you know, it is what it is. And I do have the 15,000 mile extended guaranteed oil, which I know is probably total BS, but if it's anywhere close to that, then changing the oil every 4,000 to 5,000 miles is not going to hurt it whatsoever. Yep, so there it is. I'm just going to want to let it drain all out, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up the cap just to get some more airflow through it to make sure it drains out completely. So what I'm going to do now, I mean, you can see there's a bunch of oil all on the plug. I'm just going to take this chem tool. It's like a carburetor cleaner. It gets rid of all the oil, but whenever you do it, make sure you just take off. Like, make sure you dry completely the chem tool from the plug. It does evaporate fairly quickly, but you know, you don't want any of that inside your oil whenever you put in the plug, because it can thin the oil, and that's not good. So make sure you just get it completely off. It does evaporate very quickly, so it's going to be completely gone. I've just always done this. I don't know if it's bad or good. I just know it gets it really clean, and I've done it so many times. I've never had any problems. Alright, I gave it a little spritz with the chem tool, and it got it very clean. There's absolutely no oil whatsoever on this plug. Now I'm just going to put it back in. Obviously you're going to get some oil, but it's not going to be all the dirty oil, and it's going to be a lot easier to put in because it's going to be cleaner. I don't know how well you can see this. I'm pretty tight down here. Around there, around the where the plug sits, you want to make sure that's clean and a little bit oil free, or the oil wet as a little lubrication, you know, just to seal it off. But you just want to make sure there's no debris around it, just so you can get a good seal and there's no oil leaks coming from the plug. Now that you got everything all cleaned up, you just want to run down the plug with your hand. You never want to start off with the socket, because you are driving into aluminum, and if you strip that out, well, you're pretty screwed. So yeah, just driving in by hand, and as you can see, there's already no oil dripping, so it's already sealed it off. But you just want to go ahead with the ratchet and socket to just snug it down a little bit. Not too tight, because remember, it is aluminum, so it's pretty soft, and you don't want to round it out. By the way, a little off topic, but okay, this is all dirt right here, but I'm currently trying to undercoat it, the truck, by myself. It's taken forever, but it's looking pretty sweet. Like, here's the non-undercoat side, which is pretty horrendous. Bam. Beautiful. I was going to do a video for you guys, but this is just taking so long. I just want to get it done and over with. Alright, but back to the oil change. You see, there's the plug right there. There's the oil filter. It's very easy to get to. That's what I like about the Chevys on this. It's just right there. And if you can get the oil filter out with your hands, I mean, kudos to you. I can't. So I'm going to use these channel locks. Make sure you have your oil tank right there, because it does get messy. There we go. You see it, it's moving a little bit. Like I said, this is not the right tools for it, so you're not going to get good results usually, but that's good. I started using these Mobile One oil filters, and they are a little stronger. Plus, it's also a lot harder because I am just using one hand, and the other's for the camera. There we go. It's slowly turning. And this is where, if you have gloves, it comes really in handy, because it's about to just go down. Before you put in the oil filter, if it's an upright oil filter like how mine is, what you want to do is just fill it up with oil, just to get it all in there. It's nice. And then I see I got oil right here. What you want to do with that is just get that all on the O-ring. What that's going to do is that's just going to lubricate it to where it gets a nice good seal. Alright, I got the oil filter up there. It's snug, and then whenever you touch it up, you want to do a quarter or 3/4 of a turn, something like that. I kind of don't follow that. I just get it to where I feel it's tight enough, because I've done what I said before, and I still had some oil leaking a little bit whenever I put in the new oil. So it's up to you on how tight you want to do it. But now that I got everything in and all sealed properly, what I'm going to do, because there's all this oil everywhere, as you can see, I'm just going to take this carb cleaner and just spritz it on there real quick. Not use too much, because this stuff is pretty expensive. And just clean it all up, so whenever I do put in the new oil, I can see if there's any leaks. Now I got the plug in, the oil filter in. I got a funnel here today, so I'm just going to pour in the 5 quarts. It's pretty easy to do. No need to film that, especially since I don't have 3 hands to show you. Alright, I'm pretty much done with the oil change. It took about 6 quarts. I'm not too sure how much it takes. I've always bought 6 quarts, just because you never want to be too safe and not get enough oil. But always check your dipstick, and that'll tell you how much oil you actually need. So mine says it's good, so we are good. If your truck has or your vehicle has the change oil soon, it's like an estimate. It's not 100% accurate, but after you change your oil, it's not going to reset itself. So what you have to do, I believe, let me do this, it's 3 pumps with the gas, and you hold it, there we go. So you just turn it on, and it is gone. There we go. Alright, now you've just watched. Sorry, my hair's a little crazy. Now you just watched how to do an oil change. It's very simple. I just wanted to make a video on it because why not, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, people have different ways, but it's all pretty much the same stuff. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching the video. If you want more videos like these, subscribe. I do how-tos, quotations. I mean, it's not the best how-tos. I do videos of the truck. I do random vlogs. So if you're interested in that, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, like it. And if you have any questions, just feel free to comment. I'll always answer. I always answer promptly. So yeah. With that being said, see y'all next video.